Good afternoon, Virgo. Welcome to Virgos for the December 2021 forecast. It's a pleasure to have you back with me this afternoon. Spirit Now Incorporated appreciates all of you very, very much. Hoping that your December has started off positively, specifically with these beautiful supportive energies of the total new moon solar eclipse that we just had on the 3rd and the 4th of December in Sagittarius at 12 degrees. Now, for you, Virgo, that new moon total solar eclipse fell in your fourth house. And the fourth house has to do with your foundation, your home, your family, the foundations, even within your most inner self, which of course also affects your practical environment. So with it having fallen in your fourth house, we also had that new moon solar eclipse conjunct Mercury. So there have been a lot of changes within the home for a lot of you Virgos, perhaps even a change of residence, and or you're thinking about a change of residence. Now, bear in mind that when we have eclipses, the new moon eclipse in particular that we just had, the total solar eclipse in Sagittarius, these energies will play out for the next 6 months. So a lot of you Virgos, if you have not perhaps made a physical change of residence, that could very well happen for a lot of you Virgoians in the next 6 months. So bear that in mind. You're also looking deeply at your ancestry. A lot of you Virgos are looking where you come from. Like even a lot of you Virgos are looking at, wanting to delve in your previous lifetimes. For those of you that have an interest in the etherical and, knowing spiritually deep within yourselves that, this is not just your first time around. So that's really positive and beautiful to see. Now we have Venus also playing out in your fifth house. So some of you are revisiting, joyous and romantic times of perhaps of the past, and or reflecting on those times in your life that you experienced some perhaps in some happier forms with respects to your romantic times of your life. It's not always rose-colored glasses and champagne in our romantic arenas, but where there have been happier times, a lot of you Virgos are reflecting back to that, and that's healthy, and that's beautiful to do, and it certainly helps in elevating one's consciousness, and a beautiful reminder of what that kind of loving reciprocity can feel like. But it's also important to recreate that if we don't have that in our lives, if we desire to have that in our lives, to release the past so that we can allow that type of new joy of butterflies and fairies and romance come back into our life, just from a healthier energy, someone new. Or at least that's what we strive for. So that's something, definitely a lot of you Virgos are looking at, with respects to, what kind of committed relationships you had in the past, and how they were or were not in alignment with who you were then, and or who you are now, and or even with one another. So a lot of you, because of these reflections, are choosing to permanently end a connection as well, so that if there is that opportunity, for those of you that are entertaining new beginnings in this area of your life of love and romance, should you desire that, that you will be free to do so. So these are really important energies. They're quite deep. Interestingly enough, leaning very much toward the personal realm, and exciting changes with respect to your foundation, and and also your most intimate relationships. So this is very beautiful to see. Commencing the balance of this forecast, we're going to start with the Spirit Animal Oracle deck, and we're just going to take a look, Virgo, at your most recent energies that you've been navigating through the month of December, or at least the first half so far of December. And then again, we're going to be looking at your current energies and your forthcoming. So trusting that all of you Virgos out there that are tuning in are well, are healthy, are putting one foot in front of the other, and being thankful for the experiences that we had this year, even if some of them were challenging, because that allows us to grow and to become educated in what we want and what we don't want in our present and in our future. So congratulations to those of you that recognize the positivity and even the most challenging times, because that is how we learn discernment and what we want in our lives and what we don't, and who we are and who we are not, and how we can make ourselves better and release that which isn't, healthy for us. So very, very beautiful, very positive in spite of. All right. This being said, let's take a look at the most recent energies you've been coming through, your current energies, and then your forthcoming, Virgo. First card out from the most recent past energies, we have the Coyote spirit, which is trusting in the divine detours. It did come up in the reverse. A lot of you Virgos have, been coming through some challenging times, haven't we all? And some of you have not been, feeling that, the universe was in support of you. But that is so, if I may impress upon you, that is so not true. If we're not feeling it, it's just because we're overwhelmed with the current challenges that we are coming through. When this happens, if I may suggest, it's really, really important to be with oneself, go within in prayer and or meditation, and ask for strength to be able to receive divine counsel. And this is what helps us navigate through any negative energies that perhaps have befallen us. And we all have them. We all deal with it on a daily basis. For some of us more than others. And they're not fun times to go through. I'm certainly not minimizing how challenging and how difficult times can be, but what's important is how we navigate through them. And knowing deep within, in spite of how things look on the outside, that the universe is supporting us, especially those of us who do look for divine counsel and to divine counsel to help us move forward and to help us understand why, and the whys and the wherefores. So this is what a lot of you Virgos have been, also discerning. And that's what is indicative of this energy in the reverse. And that's in your most recent energies, most recent past energies. Now in your current energies, Virgo, we have the buffalo spirit. There you go, Virgo. Strong and positive and upright. And if you know anything about buffaloes, when they are confronted with a storm, they're the only animal, and this is true, they are the only animal that walks head on into the storm, confronts the storm, and stands there and lets the storm blow over them. They're the only animal that will walk into the storm. Other animals will run away or fly away, but not the buffalo. The buffalo heads straight, head first into the storm. And that's what a lot of you Virgos have done. You've gone head first with, something or someone's from your past, and you've allowed the storm to, wash over you. And or you've confronted it and you've learned from it. And whether you were a part of it or not, you've still learned from it, you've grown from it, and you are moving through it. And as a result, the universe within and around you has been abundantly providing for you, not been easy times. And you're not alone. That has been the case for most of us around the world. And, when we look at what's happening in some serious areas of the world, a lot of us are doing just fine. So bear that in mind as you confront the storm, Virgo. Bear that in mind. Beautiful. In your most forthcoming energies, we have the Vulture spirit, knowing that nothing is wasted. In the upright, positive affirmation here. So whatever storms you Virgos have come through in the last, I would say the last 8 years in particular, and for some of you in the last 2 years specifically, remind yourself that nothing is wasted. Everything that we go through is a learning experience, and we can grow from it and take the positive from it and move forward from it. So that's what a lot of you Virgos have been doing. When you confronted the storms within your life, you're being reminded that nothing is wasted. So be kind to yourself, Virgos. These are very, very important energies. Remembering that in spite of you not feeling like the divine has had your back, absolutely the universe has your back. You just have to give thanks, and you have to recognize that and ask for the divine to help you confront the storms that are being, presented to you for some of you, current and or recent past. You've done that, and you're being reminded that nothing is wasted because, vultures like hawks, they fly forward, and this is very positive. Clarifying these energies, Virgos, I'm going to pull from the Rider-Waite Tarot and look at this most recent energy of the Coyote spirit. These are beautiful, beautiful energies. It's been challenging times. You're not alone. We've all been going through them. Just some of us, more than others, and how we navigate through them is what is important. It's not what happens to us, it's how we get up. It's how we stand up and walk forward. That's important. This being said, Virgos, clarifying the most recent past energy of the Coyote spirit in the reverse, where you're feeling like, the divine detours that have been happening, you've been feeling that they've been, taking forever, and or that you haven't been supported by the universe. You most definitely have been. Clarifying that, we have the Hierophant in the reverse. Now, the Hierophant is a religious figure, as is indicated, as you can see by this energy of this tarot. It did come up in the reverse. It is a religious figure, a spiritual figure. A lot of you Virgos are really needing to, if you haven't already, tapping into spiritual counsel. When our egos get in the way, and this again happens to all of us, ego stems from fear, from anger, power trips. These are all negative energies. They can be positive when they're used in a positive fashion, but when they're used in a negative fashion, they not only are harmful to our environment, they're harmful first and foremost to ourselves. So I'm feeling this very strongly that for a lot of you Virgos that have experienced this lack of support, or the feeling of the lack of support, especially from the spiritual realm, it's because you haven't been asking for it. And for those of you that have asked for it and have continued to govern yourself in a way that is not in support of how the spiritual council would have you govern yourself, when there's that kind of a conflicting energy, the spiritual realm cannot come through. It only comes through when we genuinely seek, because that means we're genuinely open to receiving that which we wish to uplift us, to help us move forward in our practical day-to-day. So this is a very, very important message here with these two energies. They're both indicative of divine counsel. and how divine counsel has either been thwarted through continued self-sabotage or not being genuinely welcomed when asked for, and therefore hence the delays. So please bear that in mind for those of you that have perhaps been experiencing this. I'm not saying that all of you have, but for those of you that are resonating, it's a very, very powerful message. Clarifying the Hierophant in the reverse. We have the Three of Pentacles in the reverse. So a lot of you Virgos in the most recent past, and perhaps still in your current energies, have been working hard on rebuilding your resources. Pentacles are indicative of money, finances. Some of you may have, changed employment, whether it was through your own initiation or perhaps, if your employment suddenly came to an end unbeknownst to you, it did, in a negative fashion affect your resources. You can rebuild that. Bear in mind that eclipses, new moon and full moon, when we do not take the initiative to listen to our intuition, to remove ourselves from that which is not healthy for us and walk toward that which is supposed to be healthy for us, personally or professionally, then the universe will do it for us. And this is what eclipse energy does. It eclipses things out of our life and things into our life. And here are some of you Virgos needing to realign with your spiritual counsel so that you can rebuild your resources as well. And that's not a slight. That's what we all go through. I mean, that's part of the challenges of this lifetime, is recognizing who we are, what we want, where we wish to move forward to, and how to get there. And I'm not saying that it's easy to do, but it is doable. It requires, self-discipline. It requires stamina. It requires spiritual counsel. However you choose to obtain that, whatever your faith is, as long as it's healthy, to provide you with the strength and the peace to let go of that which is negative and to move forward into that which is healthy and positive. In your current energies, we have the buffalo spirit. Some of you Virgos you've walked straight into that storm. You confronted it within yourself or within your environment, and you're now healing from it, and you're moving forward because you know that the universe is providing. Some of you did take your strength from the universe and you confronted the storms, and now you're moving forward. And this is beautiful, very, very positive to see, and supported as well by the Galactic Council. There you are, Knight of Swords, feeling this very strongly, mercurial energy, which of course, Virgo, you are ruled by Mercury. Very strong, feeling very confident, moving forward, not allowing energies of the past to hold you back any longer. You're not wishing to fight with anybody, but you are moving forward very, very confidently and very much with a self-awareness of knowing that the universe is providing for you in spite of the challenges that some of you have come through. So very, very positive to see, very beautiful to see. Powerful energy of source here that is of help to you. Beautiful. Clarifying the Knight of Swords, we have the Ace of Wands. Some of you Virgos that have not been taking action by confronting the storm, or where there's perhaps been a delay in a resolve from confronting the storm, you are knowing that with the hand of the divine in control of your life, for those of you that recognize that to be the case, that if there is a delay, it is for your protection. So remember that. That's what the Ace of Wands in the reverse to me intuitively is indicative of, because in the upright, it's the hand of the divine providing you with a baton to move forward. And although the hand of the divine is going to give you that baton, this wand of action to move forward, you are being asked to wait. There is a delay, and that is for your own protection, perhaps that which you wish to manifest, it's just not the right time. A lot of you are wanting to, like I said earlier in the astrological forecast, change residency. I'm feeling very strongly for a lot of you, if that's the case, there's a delay, and the divine knows best as to when that residential move would be best for you. Because right now, a lot of you are in the throes of rebuilding your resources, and that is a requirement as well to make a residential change. You need the money to do it. So the money will come. Even though there's a delay, you're still moving forward confidently because you know that the universe has your back. So this is very positive to see. Now, in your forthcoming energies of, knowing within, deep within, and if a lot of you don't know that, I hope that this forecast will help you to remember that nothing is wasted. Everything that we do is part of, this life path that we agreed to walk before we were born into this life. For those of you that are aware and that resonate with that. So remember that nothing is wasted as you move forward into your current energies, and boom, there you go. Look at that, all that money, Virgo. 8 of Pentacles. A lot of you that have been, not feeling supported, having to rebuild your finances, and some of you are still doing that, having delays with making the residential changes that you want to make and the actions you want to take to bring healthier resources into your life. Being reminded that nothing is wasted, including your hard work of the past, and knowing that the universe has seen that for those of you that have been forthcoming, and remembering that your wealth is in your health, and that the universe is in support of those that genuinely wish to move forward in a positive fashion, without being harmful to oneself or anyone else. Look at your reward. We have the 8 of Pentacles. Abundant blessings of resources, finances, investments to help you move forward into this beautiful new beginning that you're walking, toward. Here in the background, all of this green, all of this money to help you to be able to make that residential change you want to make. Some of you have had, financial challenges in the past few years, and now the resources are flowing toward you because the timing was appropriate. The universe recognized that now was your time. For those of you that are resonating with this forecast thus far, beautiful, beautiful to see. And once again, there's your 9th pentacle. Here's the Page of Pentacles providing, a message of income, a positive message of resources that are being provided for you to make the changes that you want to make. Here's the 8 of Pentacles. This page is providing another pentacle. That brings you to the 9 of Pentacles. Beautiful, beautiful. Here in the very immediate offing of serious financial gain for a lot of you Virgos. This is just beautiful. And it's going to help you make the changes that you want to make for those of you that are looking to make changes. And again, very much so, a lot of you Virgos are wanting to, reconnect with family, even make residential changes, or some of you are even wanting to perhaps move afar to another country, as some of you Virgos are delving very much into your ancestry. So this is just beautiful. What a turnaround. What a turnaround. And just so happy to see this for you, Virgo. Now I'm going to clarify this forecast with one card from the Enchanted Map Oracle deck for the first half of December 2021. This is really, really powerful, Virgos, and I'm just thrilled to see this for you, especially for those of you that were feeling like you were forgotten. You are never forgotten. Don't ever forget that. The universe doesn't forget any one of us. Sees, hears, and feels everything. So always bear that in mind. Universe sees, hears, and feels everything because we are part of the Creator. So, one final overall message for Virgos from the Enchanted Map Oracle for the first half of December 2021. Riding the wave, beautiful. In the upright, very positive. The numerical number of 14 breaks down to a 5, and 5 is indicative of change. These dolphins are being catapulted out of the ocean by the Creator, by the force of the Galactic Council, and catapulted forward into their new beginning, into their new residency of the ocean. Wherever they are going to land is going to be very different from where they are catapulting out of. And this is beautiful, Virgo, and this is symbolic of what a lot of you Virgos are transitioning from one arena to another, from one residence to another, from one part of the ocean to another. For those of you that are looking to perhaps even change countries, because you're so involved in connecting with your ancestors, and your ancestors. I just felt very instinctively as well, and being guided to tell you this. Your ancestors, a lot of you Virgos, your ancestors are connecting with you spiritually to help you to move forward into the areas of life that you wish to not only transform, but to land in a positive fashion. So this is just beautiful, and you're being asked to ride the wave, to know that spiritual counsel is in support of you. And nothing is wasted, because your resources, if they haven't already come in, are going to be flowing very strongly towards you, Virgos, to allow you to make those residential changes you wish to make, to allow you to move to another country or even experience another country for a period of time. A lot of you are looking to do that. And your ancestors and your spiritual counsel is in support of you, because you've come through the storms, and you've come through them in a healthy way. For those of you that have been challenged, and you remembered that the universe conspires as above, so below. So when you give genuinely, and you genuinely wish to have a healing within your life, you are blessed, and abundantly so. Congratulations, Virgo. I'm going to leave it there for the first half of December 2021. I thank all of you who have been in support of my channel. I deeply appreciate each and every one of you that like, share, and subscribe. It is helping it to grow tremendously. I'm thankful for that. I wish you all a happy Christmas. I will be connecting with you again before December closes out, to bring in the energies of the last half as well as the first half of January 2022. Until then, take extra special care, Virgos, and congratulations. Spirit and I signing off for now. Bye-bye.